Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, I'm sorry I'm late. First of all, technical difficulties. But what is not technical difficulties is American's empire. The American collapse is imminent. What do I mean? Financial freedom is mandatory now, not later, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. You have to start thinking about if the economy collapses, financial systems collapse, if there's military in cities around the United States, and government controls businesses. A lot to think about. It's going down in America as we speak. Communism is here. Because if you understand what that means, we're going to talk about it. And what you're going to need to do is nobody's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to do it. You have to be the CEO of your life. The old fashioned way of just simply investing in the stock market and waiting 30 or 40 years and you'll be fine. Them days are over. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. I've been on here this whole time with no sound. This is incredible. Hello, all. Let's do this from post retirement travel. So, you guys haven't heard the Americans collapse. America's collapse is imminent. You didn't hear my speech. You didn't hear my talk all this time. Okay, we can't hear you. I didn't have any of the stream coming in. So, I should have done this earlier. All right, there's blood in the market, says post retirement. Get your truck ready, loading up this week. You have no choice. Brian P. Welcome, Mr. Dividend, to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, along with Mr. Worldwide Post Retirement Travel. I know what he says. Hello, all. Let's do this, is his tagline. So, once again, this is a reboot. Post Retirement Travel. We can't hear you, Eric. I can't see you guys until I pulled up my phone. I see Mr. Law of Compensation, a little change. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I don't know how my mic is being turned off automatically lately, but hey, it's a good thing because if you guys heard what I was saying, oof, it's bad. All right, if you guys are still in the house, listen here. We're up to 3 days on that bot trading. So let's recap. I think my numbers might be off, but I think it was 309 the first day. Profit. I was off actually. It's 309 the first day. Hold on a second. Honey, honey, do you remember what the 3 days was for the profit? All right. I think it was 309 the first day. Today was 291. What was the numbers? I can't remember what the profit was.
For the total for 3 days?
Not the total, each day.
Oh, the first one was $309.
309 the first day.
Next was 1,030.
1,030 was the second day.
And today was
291.
291.
Okay, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the
and
numbers.
Then tonight, I'm on
Well,
again.
yes, yeah.
Oh,
There are two more sessions. We'll be back on Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Get your links and everything ready. I'll be dropping a link down to sign up, getting ready, videos and all that. But those are the numbers over 3 days on the option trading XXU versus USD. That's what it's been. Nobody's coming to save you. America's collapse imminent. Communism in the streets. What do I mean? Our government is getting corporations to buy in, or our government is taking pieces of corporations. That is communism. That's the CCP. That's Russia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, do you know where you live? You better have your duffel bag of cash ready. You better have your offshore banking ready, offshore business, or something ready to go that is not in the jurisdiction of the United States, because we have military and National Guard in the streets with weapons against United States citizens. I think that's called CCP and Russia right now. North Korea, well, you'd already be dead in North Korea for any uprising. So this ain't North Korea. We're not there yet. But potential for Tiananmen Square is here against American citizens. So you better start figuring out the 1 year, 4 months where we might not even have 1 year, 4 months the way things are going, because sooner or later, somebody's going to get shot. There's going to be, by default, we live in America, people have weapons, and nobody's banging on doors, breaking in without warrants, and you don't know who the person is. I'm just saying, this is a recipe for chaos. And then somebody's going to call chaos, and then they're going to say martial law. Third world country, ladies and gentlemen. And now you're messing up our money. All right, let's go. No sound, G, says Mr. Law of Compensation. Go to his channel, show some love. Post Retirement Travel also has a channel and Instagram. Mr. Law of Compensation, yes, has a YouTube channel and Instagram. Go show some love for all of them. And oh, by the way, since I can't put it down in the chat room, it's unfortunate, but EV Place does renewable energy sources using speakers in home and auto, but they can't do anything about it. Great time to make some money, says Post Retirement Travel. I would come back up with a vengeance. Exactly. It's going to. We were there. Everybody's on hold. This is, oh, by the way, did you guys get some BTC? Tell me you did. It dropped to 111. Come on now. It might even be down to 110. It's happening right before your very eyes. I don't really like to see BTC drop like this, but EV Place did say, we talked about it. This is a thing that happens when it reaches its all-time high. 40, 30, 40% drops are not unheard of. And here it goes. Just like on cue from like a week ago, we were talking about it. So once again, you're ahead of the curve, ladies and gentlemen, and that's where you want to be, ahead of the curve. The reason why I look down is because that's where I have my phone sitting on the screen. I see I have something here. Can I remove this person? Nope, cannot remove people. This is interesting. Cannot remove people anymore. That's not good. Okay. Well, it is what it is. All right, let's go down the list. Post Retirement Travel says EV Place. Yes, I know we're taking it like a man now. Bitcoin below 110. Oh, it dropped below 110. Oh my, and ETH is below 44. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Get your dollar cost average down. If you're way up there, get it down. If you're below that, well, great, but you should pick up a little bit more pieces. All right. Bitcoin 110K, ETH 4,400. I am staying in. That's right. You got to. Going down with the ship if I have to. Okay. I love what he's saying, post retirement saying here. I'm actually buying more and more. Exactly. I love what he's saying right here, right now. I have to remind people Bitcoin went up to 35,000, 30 to 35,000 4 years ago. I think it was 3 to 4 years ago. People were dancing in the streets, right? But here's what happened. It dropped 30, 25, 20 grand, 18,000. And when it was dropping like that, you know what happened. All of the people said, "See, I told you it was worth nothing. I knew it would drop down. No way, you should all get out." Well, we said it would probably go below that, and it did. It went down to 15. And could you believe people said that they wouldn't want to buy in at that point? Once again, on point, we said, hey, you might want to get some. Just a little bit will do you. But it could drop to 13 or 10. Even then, you should get it. We are here again. Except I don't think it's going to be dropping 50%, quite frankly. I don't think it's going to go from 125 to 75. But we're on our way, which would be awesome if it did go back to 75. You better be buying up as it's going down. There's no way you should be just sitting on the sidelines, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just call it what it is. That would be plain silly. Dropping down under 110. You know what? I got to go look at this. I can't even believe this. You're saying it's at 109? That's incredible right now. Hold on a second. Hold on. ETH slides. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Oh, yes, it's at 109,946 right now. ETH is at 4,437 right now. Yep. ETH hit a record high of 5,000 and it dropped roughly 500. That's incredible. Okay, here we go. Post-retirement travel, true, but I'm happy I've locked a lot of profits from crypto. Hey, take the profit, man. Nothing wrong with taking profit. Yes, I know. We're talking taking it like a man now. Okay, we talked about that. Post-retirement travel. I've just decreased the risk. I have my level set to get back in and rebuy cheaper before Q4. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I have no problem. If you're going to take profits, you got the profits. And again, you should deploy some of those profits because part of it means you sold it at a higher price. So now you've already reduced, like, let's just use 125. You bought it 125, let's say. It's down to 109,916 right now. You could buy back in a little bit, not a lot, and be good. So we'll see what happens, what you think. But everybody has their own investment strategy, which is the beauty of all of this. All right. So let's go. Still no sound. I know, man. Film Videos is in the house. I haven't seen any new drone footage. And no, I know what's out there at Larimar. We got the drone. I don't even know what they're doing. They're doing this sky tour thing like that's a ride or something. I don't even know what that is. They're out there having a party and eating and drinking and apparently have some restaurant. And I don't even know what none of that is. I'm just like, nobody's going to live there for another 2, 3 years. I mean, not forget the 2 year part. Sorry. Another 4 years. All right. 3 to 4 years. Wake me up in 2028. All right. This is what we're talking about here. And even if you built me 2, 3 towers, 4 towers, I'm sorry. That's 20 miles. That's 20 minutes from the actual real beach. And even if there is a restaurant up there, even if there is a couple of pools up there, I'm just like, you live there without any other infrastructure. 3, 4 years from now is not going to make it any better. Just because you have 4 or 5 towers and a couple beach clubs and a couple restaurants, I mean, come on, man. It takes 3 years, 3.5 years, especially in that jungle up there, that it's going to take to build a golf course. So an 18-hole golf course is probably going to take them, because they haven't even started. I think it's going to take them 4 years at least, even if they started now. So Film Videos, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I'm waiting on a new video, man. Although there's nothing to see. Let's just get real. But nice to see you in the house. Post-retirement travel says Bitcoin is actually below 110 now. Get in. Exactly. He's exactly right. I got in at 110. Had to get some more. I was like, hold up a second. Does this really say 110? We talked about this 30, 40, up to 50% drop. This is normal. There should be some halving coming soon, anyhow, whether it's this year or next year. So we will see what's happening. All right. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I forgot. I can't click on. EV Play says, just keep in mind if the cycle will repeat, money from BTC will flow to ETH and others at some point. I just think there's too many ETFs in the game now. Film Video says, Eric, can we talk about Tesla? How do you feel about this company after the EV tax is gone? I don't like Tesla. Well, first of all, I should back up. Back up. It's not Tesla. It's Elon Musk. After he pulled this Uno Reverso card and went with this party that doesn't care about renewable energy and acting like that's a thing, but protecting himself because he had court problems. And I can't believe the board of directors didn't fire him. He hurt their brand. And now we have a government that is against renewable resources. So renewable energy. So now that's a problem. You don't have the mandate. You don't get the 7,500 tax credit. Now you have to run on your own, so to speak. The vehicles are expensive. And now that it's taken a brand hit, people don't even, I mean, uh, like I say, we got to go across party lines. GOP against EVs, against renewable energy. So that means most of their people are also against that. Whereas the Dems were for renewable energy in California, in those places, they were selling selling them. Now that they turned his back on him, the people that were buying for him, the majority, said, nah, we good. We'll go with some other company. So how he did not get fired and how he's still at the helm of this thing. And now there's questions about this other crap they're building underneath Las Vegas. Um, that nonsense I never understood without having to why don't you just make a subway? I mean, okay, never mind. But the point is, Tesla, if we're talking about Tesla itself, you know what? I have TSLY. Okay, let's just get real. We have TSLY. They and again, there's a situation with them. Do they really have robots? They're not working. All right. What is this testing they're doing with their cars, trying to use laser instead of lidar and things that are known to work for cars? So now they're trying to come out with these robo taxis, right? Well, testing is in play as we speak. So again, they've always got a premium for their future. He could say something in 2016, 2017. Here it is 2025, and people are still acting like he said it in 2024. 6 years goes by from the time he said robo taxi, robots, and our cars are going to be able to do this, drive by themselves. Here it is 6, 7, 8 years later. They've always gotten a premium because they've been backed by the government. Now that they're not, good luck. And they're not a car company, by the way. So it's going to be very interesting how people are going to view Tesla in the next 6 months to a year. And again, I don't have any Tesla stock, just letting you know. But TSLY is at $8 right now. There's a TSLY hyphen CA Harvest Tesla Enhanced. It's at $7.81. But nonetheless, the TSLY is at $8, which actually it was under 7. You should have bought when it was under 7. It was like 6 something at one point. So I think it's going to sit there. I think this is probably going to be their growth. Tesla itself, we start talking about Tesla, we're going to have other people that's going to chime in too, because a lot of people are Tesla bulls, which I've never been really. Which again, 346, it's risen. So that's incredible in itself. Just today, it rose $6.59. It's up to 346, which is in itself incredible. This is incredible. It was 400 It was 379 to give you an idea, January 2nd. So after all this run, it went down to 240, 225, 223. So all the people in April, if you would have bought in, you have profit and an upside. So again, it's inexplicable how Tesla just keeps being this rocket ship ride on things that aren't here. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. But again, remember who invests in this. We have Kathy Woods. We have a lot of ETFs that buy Tesla, and the stock price has increased. I mean, just think about January 2nd, it's 379. It goes down to 225 in April, 223, 221, knowing that that's probably low and they would have bought in and put their dollar cost average down. So now 221 to 3, like I won't even use 221. I'll use like 254 to now is 36%. And most people would do, you're going to love 36% in 5 months. Let's get real. So, I mean, it's a buy category at this point, it's below value. So, they're still on the internet, on the stock market, it's still working. So, like I said, I have TSLY. Um, so, here we go. Panorama Luxury just extended my unit due date, due September 2025 to March 2026. Seems like they are struggling with labor big time. Yes, because the Dominican Republic is acting just like the United States. They're messing with immigration. Messing with immigration, laborers are part of your immigration pool. So if you want to mess around with that, that's the effect. Um, I will say this: Panorama Luxury. That's what's the name of that company? I can't remember the name of it. What is their name? Okay, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. That's very nice of them to extend it, but Panorama Luxury is not going to be done March 2026. I don't. I don't even know why they're playing. It's not going to be done. I mean, unless they're talking about Panorama Luxury one side, but in the backside, they're not. They don't even have all the units fully enclosed yet. So if they're talking about delivering some of the units in a certain side of the building, yeah, then possibly, but I don't know why they would do that. Um, but yeah, they're going to struggle, man. Everybody's struggling. That's why it's a problem. People are going out of, I mean, developers are going out of business because sales are not what they used to be 4 years, 5 years back. A lot of the sales is dried up. So that is going to take an effect as well, unfortunately. All right. Brian P. Tagline. Welcome once again to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, hey, happy day, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Happy day, SSN family. Smash that like button. All right. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I would appreciate it. Give it a one piece. It's free. All right. At Film Videos from Post Retirement Travel. Have you seen your unit at Panorama in person? What's left to be completed? Last time I checked my unit, October 2024, there were completing the electricity lines. Hey, Post Retirement Travel, are they still trying to tell you December 2025? Because I don't think it is going to happen. That's only four months from now. 3 months from now coming up. I still think it was going to be summer 2020, 2026. Hopefully you get it though. And quite frankly, I don't, at this point, you don't really want it delivered, quite frankly, because there's a lot of, I got to do the numbers because EV Place, I never even looked at the numbers. He said it was 800 and was it 860,000 all time record high in the month of July. I even think that beats January, February, March, April. July of this year. I can't even. That's why I can't even believe those numbers because that's an anomaly. Um, yeah, let me go look it up right now. But that's going to be very very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think Panorama is going to be done. No, they're not going to be done in March, man. They're not going to be done in March. I don't see how. Actually, I've walked the hallway from one end to the other, went up the stairs and all that. Did you open your unit up? I mean, is there anything in it? They quoted Panorama Luxury 2 first level. Oh, there we go. Um Luxury 2 first level to March 2026, which I don't believe also. Yeah, I don't see how. I really, really don't see how this is a thing. I mean, what are they seriously going to consider building, putting people on the ground level and still have work to do there? There's still work to do there. This is incredible. It's not, everything's not enclosed. They don't even have the garage finished, as far as I know. This is insane. That's crazy, man. All right. They quoted Panorama 2. All right. The crazy thing is this: the units went up in price just 2 weeks ago. I got the updated price list. Film videos. Send me the price list, man. You know, Panorama Luxury effed up. They tried to jack people when it first came out, when it was in the height of everybody buying sight unseen, just rolling with it. And they jacked it up to 65% down for some of us. We had a waiting list going and everything. And then when they opened up, they go, "Oh, you got to put down 65%." People were like, "Have you lost your freaking mind?" And now they have units for sale. And back then they were claiming they were sold out, which we all knew that was BS. It was bad, man. Bad. The only good thing about it is the developers are the only ones that gave me back 100% of my Panorama Garden money. They're the only ones that gave me back my money, no questions asked. So I can't be mad about them. Um, but people at Panorama Garden had to pay 18% more for their unit. I'm just saying, unless you had an attorney like I did, I would have paid 10% more. That's the difference between 135K for the 2 bedroom penthouse and 145K for a 2 bedroom penthouse. The attorney cost 12, 1300, something like that, 15. I don't remember. But the point is, that saved me 10 grand. So it was worth the 1500 if I'd have been still with Panorama Garden. Um, so yeah, send me the list. It's support at no, 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 no. Okay, I can't even log in. Support at stopstrugglingnow.com. I got to figure out what's the deal. Okay. Brian P. Hey, Eric, bad news. Uh-oh. I can't read the stories, man. I got you. I'll send it to you. Thank you, Film Videos. Hey, did you take any videos of Panorama? How far are they? Where's your unit at, Film Videos? Is it on the second floor, third floor, fifth floor? Not, yeah, well, you'd have to have fourth floor, or on the back side, on the lake side. Tell us how much you paid for your unit. Studio or 1 bedroom or lock off 2 bedroom, because they offered that as well. Let us know, because Panorama Luxury, it has potential to be off the charts. It's on the lake. I mean, but their prices, they messed up. They inflated the prices early, and a lot of people probably dropped out. I never saw the list because they would never let me be a broker for them. Because I was talking smack. I think some of the guys didn't like me because I was talking smack about how they were trying to do that membership thing at the beach and all this stuff. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And Panorama Garden actually changed. I have to say, they did change their renderings, which irritated me nonetheless. Right? They changed their renderings. That was a bummer. All right. I'm moving things around. That's why you guys might see me moving around, because I have this sitting here. But um, Eric, agree. Our Galaxy unit won't be ready until 2026. If it was going to be done by the end of this year, I would have received an email stating to get ready to close. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't see. I've seen some of the buildings. I was like, how are they going to have this by December? It's not going to happen. I always thought July, August 2026 was more reasonable. Um, and like I said, for everybody that it is, if you're getting delayed right now, you might as well just have a smile on your face as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm not believing the hype that all these people are coming. 860,000 by air, which beats January, February, March, April number for any month. I'm sitting there like, how's this possible? This is crazy right now. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys right now. They haven't, oh, they did put in July. Look at this. January 2025, 759,000. February, 740,000. March, 819,000. April, 749,000. This is visitors by air. May, 673,000. June, 770,000. But this July, they're claiming 863,780, which beats last year's 811,000 by 6.5%. So year to date, it's not good. We're at 1.7%, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, 8.5 tourists. That means we're talking 8.7. That's not good. They're dropping 15,000 hotel rooms this year in DR by themselves. Airbnb, add another, I don't even know of the numbers for that, but it's got to be at least another 8,000, 10,000 this year. You're talking about 23,000 new hotel or rental locations, potentially. 15,000 hotel rooms for sure. 8,000 new condo, villas, townhomes on the island, which means not all are going to be short term, but just take 4,000 more. So we're still talking about 19 to 20,000 more units are dropped. And you're going to have the same amount of tourists, just give or take 2%. That's not good. That's 160,000 people, ladies and gentlemen, from last year. It needed to be an extra million, but it's not going to be because we have a situation in the world where people are going to start diverting where they're going to travel to and traveling in and out. Let's go see what the numbers are, though. I have some numbers here. I'll be making a video tomorrow about this. I have some numbers. So here we go. Where's the July? Hold on. Well, we don't have. Oh, this is bad. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just what I suspected. USA, 2,099,620 year to date through July 31st, minus 5% from 2024. Canada, 740,344, minus 5.2%. That's significant chunks. Significant chunks. The share has went down. So to give you guys an idea, we're an investor. Last year in 2024, the share up to year to date, July 2025, 2024, the same. It was 41.8% was coming from the United States. Canada was 14.8. Okay. Negative 5.2% for Canada. That translates into 2 percentage points just in the last year on share. Now we're down to 39% share and 13.8% share, a whole 1% down. So we have went from 55, 56% of travelers from USA and Canada down to 52. So this is where the money starts playing around, because if United States and Canadian citizens, we already knew this was going to happen because you guys are smart. You're here. 80% of United States citizens, as you know, in case we have new watchers, are living paycheck to paycheck during the month. That means only a certain amount of people can travel. Then you have 85% from Canada is living paycheck to paycheck during the month. So again, you're going to start having a fall off. And those are the countries that was predominantly buying condos, villas, townhomes, sight unseen, rolling over there. You know who's number 3 this past month or year to date? Argentina, of all places. Can you guys believe this? Argentina with 281,000 people in the first 7 months of the year. Next up is Colombia with 195,000. And this is going to be very, very interesting because they're fourth on the list. That's not a lot of people in 7 months. None of that's a lot of people in 7 months. But here's what's interesting. On this list, they have Puerto Rico separate. Can you believe this? 122,000 people, and that's down 1.8%. UK up 4.6, but it's only 111,000 people. Chile, 92,000 people. I mean, this is so minute. We're talking when you're under 100,000 or near 100,000 for 7 months, that's 13,000 people a month. You divide that by 4, that's 4 grand, 3 grand in visitors. Come on. And that's if you have one person. And if you do 2 people, that means you're down to 1,500 as a couples per week. That is so minimal, it doesn't even register. And you have, Jesus Christ, you have, oh my God. Okay, I'll reverse this. The only countries that have over 100,000 is UK. They're counting Puerto Rico as separate. Colombia, Argentina, Canada, and USA. That's it. 6 countries over 100,000. Now, UK and Puerto Rico is 111,000, 122,000. Scrap that. Colombia is 195,000 over 7 months. That's only like 25,000 people divided by 4 weeks. That's only 6,000 people. 2 people come on average. I know it's that at least. You're down to 3 grand. That's it. What are we talking about here? These are minimal numbers. The only country that starts to even get on the list is 281,000, and that's Argentina in 3rd place. Divided by 7, that's 40,000 per month. Divided by 2 is 20,000 to be a couple. 20,000 divided by 4 is 5 grand a week on average. That's not going to bode well when you have something over, and that's on the whole island. We're talking, that means you don't have enough people to rent rooms. You don't have enough people for hotel rooms. So now we're going to find out what happened in July during this hot streak for the hotels. So you guys would think, right? Here we go. Here's what's going to happen. Here it's happening. Remember the part about the record high for air passengers, right? 78.5%. 2024, 78.6%, negative 0.1%. Hotel occupancy is negative ever since March, April, May, June, and July, negative. Whether it's 2.2%, 3.6%, 2.4%, 0.1%, 0.6%, negative. And in February, it was 0. So again, this is why occupancy rates are going down, because you're adding all these hotel rooms and you're not adding tourists. That's going to spend 400 a night, 500 a night, 600 a night. This is mathematics. You can't run away from it. Now, we're not going to go with the cruise because, yeah, cruise is going to have its own records because they added more ships sailing into. But you can already see this is going. So the year to date, just so everybody understands, hotel rooms year to date average is 78.9%. This is below 80%. So any realtor telling you that it's 93% like they used to tell us, or 90% and all that BS, it ain't nowhere near 90%. That is a problem for short-term rentals unless you're in the right place. All right. Sorry to go this route, but we got to get real. Eric, yes, Punta Cana prices have gone up a lot, but that only means something if you're selling. Exactly. I have to stay in. We put in too much. Going down with the ship if I have to. You're not going down with the ship though, because you got in when the price is the lowest it's going to ever be. They're never going to sell for what you bought again. They're not going to do it. They can't. It cost them an arm and a leg to build after you bought because of COVID, because of the cost between 2021 and now 2025. All those costs, we're talking about 40 to 50% more. So they have to sell it, your unit, at 400,000 plus, and even more now, because now labor is short. So now it's costing them even more time, which now means time is money. Cost of materials are rising. Tariff stuff here and there and everywhere. I mean, it's not conducive for post-retirement travel. He's sitting in the catbird seat because he has instant potentially. I again, this all plays out based on mortgages and what people can do, because having somebody pay $400,000 for a condo is kind of that's kind of wild. When you can, I don't understand when you can buy villas and stuff and nice places too, and that's kind of wild to go that route. If you're going to spend 400 grand, you have a whole world out there that you can invest in. Um, so I don't, it's kind of wild. Sent, check when you can. Yes, I will. Film videos. Thank you. Film video says correction 289K now. Oh, wait, film videos. What unit do you have? Hold on. Oh, I skipped. Okay, hold on. Film videos. First floor swim. Oh, nice. Backside. 150K. Yep, that's what it was. Now, 300K for sale. Wow. For the swim ups, I remember across the way, God, what was that? What was it? Laguna Residences or something like that. That's across from the first man-made beach. Those were also around that same price, and now you're telling me 300K for a one bedroom, 1.5 bath. By the way, school started at the school in Vista Cana. I got an email. Incredible. So they have their school there, Ashton Schools. It starts. So the community is growing. 300K though. That's for a one bedroom, 1.5 bath. I didn't know they had a swim up on the backside. That's interesting. Wow, 300K for sale. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Uh that's a lot. You can still buy it. Even well, it's not as at Seven Palms. You can buy at Seven Palms right now. You can buy a 2 bedroom penthouse unit for 199, and I think it has the beach view. So that's interesting dynamic. I do like to, but I don't know if you're going to be getting that 300 per night though. That's for anybody that buys. That's if you're planning on doing Airbnb. That's highly risky. 1%, ladies and gentlemen, is what we need. We need 0.1%. Otherwise, first of all, since film videos, what are the rules for renting since you're going to have delivery? Have they set this up yet? Let us know, because they have not released anything to the ordinary citizens about what rental rules are at Panorama Properties. I know you can rent at Panorama Lake. I don't know about Panorama Garden. I just know Panorama Lake, but I don't know what the rules are. If it's open still or what. But that's pretty awesome, man. I'm glad you got in at the 150K price. That's awesome. E. White, emerging millionaire, got a swim up at Riviera Castagna. It's not, well, it's by the second man-made beach, but it's not nearly what Panorama Luxury is, although they have amenities. But nonetheless, his was only 119, 118, something like that, which makes it very attractive. 150, 150 a night for one bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's on the border right now, but maybe in the future it won't be. But then we got to worry about visitors now. We don't have the visitors. People don't have the money. The two countries that have the most tourists and have the most money have started scaling back. And other countries like, look, people love Argentina, right? For some unknown reason. I mean, it's beautiful. Yes, it has the everything there, right? But um average wage wise, or I'll use average salary. I'll do that. 2025. Um it's not gonna, I don't anticipate it being that high. I'm sure there's people, Argentina is a developed country. Um, Average monthly salary in Argentina is around 450 to $500 a month. That's 6 G's a year. So what you're having is people are flying in from Argentina are the rich people. That's what basically it is. The soccer players, the sports guys, the basketball players, the the Germans, kind of thing. But the average person, no, 4.8 ARS. That is 6 G's a year. So generally lower than the United States, which influences wage levels. So I just Googled in 2025, estimated monthly salary in Argentina is around 450 to 500. So now you're having countries that don't have money for the most part coming to buy, and you're at lower levels. So when you start having 300,000 people from 2 or 3 countries come and people are visiting, they're not investors. Sure, you're going to have some people that are. But now when you have 2 million people or 740,000 people and you've messed up or messed over your investment pool, now that shrinks and now you have to hustle a little more. That's why you're going to be Larimar and have sky tours for some reason. Um, and still have stuff you're building that was supposed to be delivered next month or at the end of the year or next year. It doesn't really matter because they can't deliver for 3, 4 years of any sort of thing. So that'll be very interesting. Um, Correction, 289,000 now. That sounds better than 300K. I Let me tell you guys something right now. Let's just get to the chase. I think I know what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. The way I see it, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be properties that's going to be delivered with units unsold, and they are going to be for sale because the next year, for sure, the next 12 months, there's going to be a slowdown due to all the harmful economic decisions in America. Canada is affected somewhat, but they've started making deals to bypass America, so they'll recoup. But we still have a problem in Canada. 85% are living paycheck to paycheck. So you cut off the upper middle class is being cut off. And so now you're cutting down on the guys that have the money that's going to be coming there, right? To buy as investors. So where's your other investment pool going to be? Those are the two countries in this hemisphere. It's not going to be Mexico. It's not going to be our South American countries. Sure, you're going to have buyers, but you're not going to have buyers in the hundreds of thousands. You're going to have buyers in the single digits, 1,000, 6,000, maybe. But even then, they're like in South America, they're like, we have the same weather, same waters, same So why are we going to invest way up here? That doesn't, I mean, it's a whole different dynamic. So I foresee if you don't buy, you don't have to worry about buying pre-construction unless, again, there's only one place I would buy if Larimar gave me my money back, and that would be Seven Palms. I would get a 1 bedroom at Seven Palms for 130 some thousand. That has beach view, lake view. That's about the only thing. Everything else is too pricey because you can't buy two something and expect delivery in the next 1 year or 2 years, and you think you're going to get 0.1%. And if you don't get 0.1%, and by the way, you guys can go to Air ROI, AIRROI.com. And oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. I can show you. You guys can see me here. I'll pull it up for you. All right. AirROI.com. Oh, wait. Let's see if it never comes up for me. You know that when I do that, I have to. Oh, it came up. This is beautiful. All right. So I'm going to put in right now. Check it out. I'm putting Punta Cana. I put in Punta Cana. I was wondering why I didn't. Higay. Check this out. Okay, you're going to see me on the screen here. Let me change this to dollars because I don't like this. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Here you go. Okay, so this is all of the province. It's 39% occupancy. You guys see this? Revenue. What does that say? Is that $4,000? $4,000 revenue is not good for anybody. Take 50% off. That's what your profit's going to be. Now, 39% occupancy, right? 52% occupancy in February. Here's the beauty of this. Let me show you guys. Look, they have the listings. They have the occupancy rates. Look, you see this 9.9% for some of these? Let me go to, hold on a second. Cozy Studio. Look, 4.4%. We don't know where it is. I mean, you can on your laptop or desktop. You need a bigger screen. You can actually see where it is because they have a map. So that gives you an idea. Look at this. Lovely fishing lodge with pool and marina view. This is in Cap Cana. Look at this. 35, oops, messed up. 35.3%. Look at that. You know how much entire place, one room. I don't know if this is a studio or 1 bedroom, but this 1 bedroom probably cost somebody like 200 G's. This is here goes a Cap Cana. Look at this, 0.1% occupancy. I mean, this is what I expect. You have less visitors and more units. I wish I had the map up. It makes it a lot easier. Jardines. What's this? Jardines de Punta Cana apartment. Okay, I don't. This isn't the Jardines that Joe Nay's at. This is crazy. But Villa Live Golf. I'm trying to. Let me see if I can get a map. Is there a map here? No map. God dug it. No maps. Because I was gonna go. Oh, wait a minute. Map. We got a map. I was blocking. Here we go. All right. So, everybody that's going to own inside Vista Cana, congratulations, is what I'm going to say right now. You guys know how a lot of people say it's okay, I was blocking the map, but see the red dots? Okay, so I'll pop up some things here. Here we go. Spacious. Wait, hold on. I don't know where this is. Just a second. Let me make sure I'm at Vista Cana. See, is this Vista Cana? This better not be. It could be. Nope. Hold on. I'm not inside Vista Cana yet. Okay, I found Primavera, Panorama. Wait, 4-bedroom villa with pool, Oasis del Lago. You guys won't believe this, 71% occupancy. Can you guys see this? Now, 227 per night is pretty damn cheap. That's why they're going to have high occupancy because they're doing 227. Did they buy a 4-bedroom villa at Oasis del Lago for $227,000? Not likely, but they have 71% occupancy to offset it. That's pretty good. I keep hearing from these people that said there's no way. It's just a community. Another villa, 62.2% occupancy. That is interesting. So the villas in Vista Cana are selling like renting like hotcakes. Another, hold on, let me make sure I'm in Vista Cana Campo de Golf. There must be something that's around the golf course. I don't know which one this is, but 2.2%. No shocker there, really. You guys know how I feel about golf courses. Not that I think they're bad. I just think if you're going to put them in a community, I don't understand why you would do that unless you're going to make an 18 hole, not some 9 hole. And because Dominicans aren't playing golf, it's expensive. I mean, 11% 3-bedroom villa inside Vista Cana. They have a lot of villas for sale for rent. Where's the condos? Vista Cana, the park, 7.9%. Yeah, that I don't know what that is. There's a bunch of stuff. Let me go in the back. Let's see here. There's not that much stuff here. Dream Home, 30%. $414 per night. $45,000 revenue, 20 G's. Okay. They probably bought this back in the day at 200,000. I'd be willing to bet you. So that's a good rate for good revenue for them. So what happened? All these guys said no, it won't work. It's going to be a residential neighborhood. You guys know who I'm talking about. They're probably watching this right now. Well, they won't watch this one. Here we go. $50 a night at Panorama Lake. 7.1% occupancy. At 50 a night for a 1-bedroom. Yeah, they only had 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms there. That's not good. 12.6. Yeah, it looks like the villas rock. And not everything rocks. 7.1%. That's the one we just saw. 3-bedroom villa, 11%. So it depends on where you are, what you're doing. 18.9% at Zeba. That's Zeba 3. That's by the golf course. 18.9%, $253 per night. Not bad. So there we go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight. I won't get into it any further. All right, because that's something that's pretty cool. All right, here we go. Let's see. Send check, correction to it. DIM pals, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The first part was on mute, so I thank anybody who went through the mute part and then found the live starting. I appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. See us on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. The tagline is good evening. Let's get this wealth. That's what I like to hear. You're doing the damn thing. Great to hear this, and the wealth is here. Post-retirement travel. I think we'll start seeing Airbnb occupancies in DR go up once everything is built around the main highway there, including downtown. You also need your unit to be unique with amenities. That's the million. Here's the problem, post-retirement travel. It's no Margaritaville. You're in the wild right now. You do not have the luxury of the Margaritaville brand, even at Hard Rock, because that's not Hard Rock that's built the condo. That's where the problem comes in here. You are basically in Orlando, like being out in the residential zone and renting. That is much different than being in your location. And that's what's going to come back to haunt a lot of people, I believe, like I said from the get go. Amenities, 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 location, location, location. Those things matter. Even I've been watching some YouTubers say downtown is very hard for rentals because you know why? There's no amenities there. You have a pool, and then they go, oh, yeah, Coco Bongo's here. Oh, the dolphin things here. Oh, the dinner in the skies here. The patios here. The nightclubs here. I'm like, okay, but that means you have to spend money every time you leave. That's the problem. If I'm going to do that, then now my choice starts being why stay downtown when I can stay at the all inclusive? If I'm going to be caring about shows, music, bands, eating, I'll just spend the 350 a night at the all inclusives and get all of that anyhow. And so that's where we start having a dynamic shift because there's nothing else to do. You leave, there's a pool and a fitness room. So what? After you do that, you're like, well, I'm going to go to the mall. Okay, well, great. I'm going to go to the restaurant to eat or I'm going to cook in my room. Where's the grocery store? Okay, up at the mall. Fine. Go to Jumbo, pay the Jumbo price, which is expensive, and then come back and fix your food. And then what? Go down to the pool or go to the sports complex, right? I mean, or go to the beach. I mean, what that's where the problem comes in. That little corridor is going to be whatever it's going to end up being. And don't forget, traffic is not cool either. Let's put it in real perspective. The worst thing that can happen for any location is for people staying, let's just say, at the Hard Rock, people who's staying at Vista Cana, people who's staying at one of the Villa Bavaro residences, Villa, and they go, hey, it'd be nice if we go downtown and hang out. And then you start driving and there's traffic. That's the worst thing that happens. So I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going that, but I don't think there's going to be enough people. One way or another, there's not enough people coming. You're going to have. Uh, Hold on a second while we're talking about this. This isn't one of the subject matters I wanted to talk about because the American collapse. By the way, you need grants, help. You need help with anything. Go to findhelp.org. All right. Matthew Lesko, go to leskohelp.com, lesko.com. That's a membership, but there's people there that help you get grants and everything. You join, pay the 6 month or the yearly because it's $20 a month and they only charge 50 or $60 for the year, I think. But the point is, if you need help, it's worth it because you can get grants and people help you. They have thousands of members and you go, I'm in the state of and the city of, is there any grants for? And within 24 hours, there'll be people that says, you should check this out, check that out, because everything is not at findhelp.org. But if you need some help, free help otherwise, you can go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and you'll see the myriad of tools at your disposal potentially that can help you with rather free or low cost help. So go there and check it out. Down below in the description box, if you need your debt reduced, do it with Tracy at resolvefinance.com. That's TRACY at resolvefinance.com. Let her know you're from SSN Nation. Familia sent you. Eric sent you. And therefore, let them know you want to find out how you can get your debt reduced. And it usually takes 1 to 2 years. That's what you need. You need to get reduced and pay it off and in good standing. Bankruptcy creates a whole bunch of other problems. You don't have to. Just get this paid off slowly but surely with the reform debt obligation and 1 to 2 years. And on the other side, then you'll have that 775 credit score that you're going to need. That's the rules, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year, 4 months, 775 credit score, banking offshore, real estate offshore, business offshore. Some of those banking offshore, number one actually on the list, real estate or business offshore. You need that. Residency potentials offshore, you need it, or in another country, I should say. All right. So those are the things that we're putting in your head right now. You see what's happening in these streets. We got military in the street. We got communist situation going on where our government is saying we want to take pieces of corporations. That's communism. Just so everybody understands. That is not democracy either, by the way. That's communism. All right. So only this company's going to win. Then you can tell that company, well, if you don't do this, then we're going to do that. That is communism. Okay. This is why that guy disappeared for like 6 months from China. That's a billionaire. And everybody's like, where is he? Yeah, because they were hemming him up. They're like, hey, man, you ain't leaving. You're not leaving. Where you think you're going? We want you to do this with your business. All right. I think we'll start seeing Airbnb, including downtown. You also need your unit to be unique with amenities. Yeah. And think about all these projects that people just said, F it, where they said, I'm going to go buy uh, condos and units with that only has a pool and a fitness room. And we'll use downtown as an example. A pool and a fitness room, that's it. And I don't get it. And you have competing units. There's at least 10 projects that's downtown. There's already Central Park has something right now. Casa has something right now. There's some villas behind the villas and townhomes behind the uh with San Juan Plaza. Um so this is what we're talking about. This is not designed, like I always said, for rentals, unless you bought it at the first price that came out. You had a studio unit for 55,000, Central Park. Okay, $50 a night. Okay, we get to make money. Okay, but you can't buy it for 110. Were you asking for 100 and I mean, you're not going to have the occupancy in my view because there's nothing to stay downtown for other than I'm downtown. I get the party thing. Okay, great. But I'm not trying to rent to college kids, right? I'm trying to rent to adults who have the money, and my place isn't getting jacked. But that we'll see. Film videos. The biggest issues we will have at Vistacana when everything is complete, the amount of cars in and out. Get ready. Just saying. Uh yeah, when they put the Ashton School back there, I don't know what they were thinking. Really don't know. Okay, first of all, I'm not in agreement with you. The reason I'm going to say that is we know the Dominicans are just like the Argentinians. Their average wage is 11.5 for the year. So I think just like in Punta Cana Village, just like at Hard Rock that has all the condos, I think 30 to 40% of the condos or units in that area are going to be used. I don't think 50% of the units are even going to be used. I think they're going to be rental units. I don't really think there's going to be a lot of movement in and out. You have no reason to leave. Just think about that for a second. How many what do you have to leave for if you love the man-made beach, you love the beach clubs that has the big ass pools, the restaurants are sitting there, they're making music out by the beach, cigar bars, your own property might have mini golf and I mean bars. I don't know, the sports complex with their own sports bar and deli, soccer field. I mean, baseball field. I'm like tennis courts, paddleball courts, tennis courts. Something like what are you going to leave for? And the shopping center is right up front. Another shopping zone. They have them inside the gates. Now the shopping zone's on the outside. Um, I don't see a lot of cars coming in and out, quite frankly. I'm not if I owned a Vistacana, I'm not probably leaving. The reason why is because the restaurants are reasonable. They're not tourist prices. I mean, $20, okay, great. $15, okay, great. That's normal around there. That's not outrageous. If it was something crazy like $40 for an entree, then of course now we got problems, Houston. But no, they're just charging regular prices. Beers, drinks are not $20. All right, so for mixed drinks, so they're not doing tourist numbers, right? Well, maybe they will later. But all I'm trying to say is, I'm not leaving. Quite frankly, there'd be no reason to leave. Not no reason for all the cars. I will say, if there's Airbnb or deliveries, there might be a situation, but I don't see it. I just really don't see it. You can go by what's already happening. Just go by what's already happening. When you stay in Los Corrales, where most people stay, how often already right now where there's 70% occupancy or more? How many places do you ever see anybody? You don't, because they're like at the beach. Now, granted, the difference is it's not gated, but my point I was trying to make is, since the beach is right there, nobody's in the complex. Nobody's really, they're at the beach. So in this case, they're at the man made beaches. They're at the sports complex. Somebody's going to be playing at the 9-hole golf course, and somebody's going to be at the fitness center, the sports deli, the soccer field, the baseball field, the pickleball court, the tennis court, the skate park, the rock climbing. I mean, somebody's going to leave potentially, but the people, you all you have to do is go to the entrance. And I may not drive. I'll take the scooter. So if you say there's going to be traffic, I could see where there could be traffic at certain times of day, which is still baffling to me about the Ashton school, because that is going to create traffic on the back gate. Unless they have their own gate or something. I don't know. But because that seems to be like a problem waiting to happen. I will agree with you on that. That's a problem. If they have, well, it may not be a problem. Maybe people live there, like at Punta Cana Village. So people are walking there. I don't know what the deal is, but that's the least of our worries. All I'm going to say is film videos is this: the worries that you need and everybody that owns short-term rentals on Dominican Republic Island, you need to be worried about where are the tourists with the money going to be coming from. If United States and Canada aren't bringing, first of all, they're not bringing. United States and Canada has to bring, between those two countries that presently do about 3 million visitors, they themselves need to bring another 500,000 to 700,000 themselves just this year, which won't happen. So you compound that with next year, they will not be bringing an extra million between them. There will not be 4 million from United States and Canadian citizens up from whatever the number is going to be at this year. It's not going to happen. No way, no how. And that's only like 100,000 between them. But that's the kind of numbers you're going to need. We need 10.5 next year. We have to jump 2 million. I don't know where those 2 million is going to come from. I can't see it. That means we have a slowdown, because we're going to have 15,000 hotel rooms. We're going to have 6 to 10,000 short-term rentals added on the island. Over 20,000, 20 to 25,000 this year, and 20 to 25,000 next year on the island. So you start doing the math and you're sitting there like, okay, you're going to add 40,000 units in 2 years. And these 2 years are 2025 and 2026. So you have to add, we can do numbers right now. If you want to do, if you have 40,000 units every week, that means you need at least 80,000, right? More. If you had two, just to make it almost even, 80,000 a month, that we get up to nine, that's a mill, 960,000. Just to break even each year. We're not getting the 960,000 more this year. Otherwise, we'd have 9.5. So now next year, we need 10.5. So now we need double the number. We're not getting the double the number. It's not going to happen. So now you understand. And from that point on, we're adding more units on top of that for the next 5 years. So where are we going to get the customers from? Is there another superpower somewhere that's coming to DR? Because China's on the other side of the world. They're not coming. That's not going to be the hotspot. Europe, America, and South America, and Mexico and Central America, they're not powerhouses anymore. So this is where the problem's going to come in. So everybody who doesn't have delivery right now or who did not buy, you should be good. You should just be like, okay, because you're going to be able to pick up something cheaper. Eventually, they're going to drop prices, including people who can't sell their units. They're going to eventually sell them. And there should be deals to be made. But is there really going to be deals if you want to do short-term rentals? I don't think so. I don't believe so. Everybody who bought already in 2018 to 2022, and even maybe even to 2023, because we still have the Larimar situation, right? Where no price increase. So if you bought something for 90 grand, 100 grand, 120 grand, 130, 140 grand, you still, if they build it, but again, you're talking 4 years from now, 3.5 to 4 years from now, before we even see anything that where people are going to live there in the first few towers. So that's a long time. The economy will be better. But unfortunately, the way the economies are going, America is not going to be the place where people have leftover disposable income. There's almost no way to reverse it at this point. Okay, although okay, the biggest issue, Vista in and out post retirement, although not as expensive as in the USA, Argentina was pretty expensive when I was there in February. It used to be very cheap due to inflation, but now they take US dollars everywhere and even euros. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this is inflationary. That's why we have all those countries. I mean, Argentina is no different than El Salvador, no different than any other country down there. They have inflation. Their currency's garbage. So it's going to cost us more. I get it. I get it. They have to charge more. It's in the tourist zones. Just the way it's going to be. You have to be out in the rural areas where people only make like 7 G's a year, and things will be cheap. But yeah, the days of the world being cheap is almost going to be over for USA citizens. There's that, just like Mexico used to be cheap, right? Um, Central America used to be cheap. All these things have to rise because gringos are showing up. They're investing. And then the price values go up. So when you come visit, your prices go up. Those are the same thing in DR. That's why the prices are going up in DR, in the tourist zone. Same scenario. Post retirement at film videos, I am sure there will be a fast lane for owners with card access. That's what we have at Rock, a separate gate for scanning your card as owner. Yeah, they do have that. They do have that. They have a separate lane. So that's pretty cool. Post retirement travel, that 71% occupancy rate includes those returns. Once you establish your unit and start offering great services, people will return. That is true. Very true for all you short term rental owners. You got to make sure you have a chance to impress your guests. Each person that stays there, you get to impress. You get to, whatever you do, that puts it in their mind. It's simple stuff too. Because remember, most of the time when people go places, they are not VIP. They don't get things in their room. They just get what everybody else gets. Here's your towels. Here's your little shampoo courtesies. Here's maybe some slippers and a robe and things like that, which is nice. But most of the time, you don't get slippers and robes. You just get, here's your unit, and here's a couple towels and washcloths and one roll of toilet paper. And so here's some pots and pans in there, coffee machine, blender, toaster. That's what you should have in there. And that's it. How often do you walk in a place and they say, I left you a gift basket with some goodies inside. Thank you for visiting. I know it's never, right? Unless you're VIP, of course. How many people even get a bottle of wine or something as a welcome gift? That's rare, right? So that's what you should do when the what the other 99% don't do is what you should do. And those should do's are you leave gifts. They're guests. They have to make it memorable because remember, most people that come, you're not VIP. When you're VIP, then okay, you can downplay it a little bit because you're used to getting special treatment. But most people aren't getting special treatments. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, even a little card that says, thank you so much for staying with us. And here's some of the best places to go to or something. I don't know. But something that they get for visiting your location, they always remember. And of course, your place has to match. You can't be doing this with garbage furniture. Now, let's get no IKEA furniture stuff. That ain't going to work. It has to be memorable all throughout. Quality, standards of cleanliness, 100%. In other words, you got to make sure everything is top notch. You have the, come on, stop with this little 4 cup coffee maker. Come on now. 2 cup coffee maker that's a drip dry and you don't leave any filters stuff. I mean, come on, get the real stuff. So when they come, it's something that's easy to use, not these gadgets all over, just easy to use. Get the toaster, the blender. Come on now. The coffee maker, legitimate. Get your furniture, legitimate. Doesn't break down, isn't chintzy. So they feel it's hospitality, ladies and gentlemen. It's something Vegas forgot about. Okay? Come on. Sheesh. But yeah, uh post retirement travel, he's lucky also because he has places that when people arrive, they're treated special. See, that helps, right? Film videos, messages, retracted. Okay. Um, I wanted to see your responses on that. But yeah, what do you think you're going to be renting your swim up film videos at 150? What do you think you're going to be renting it for? I mean, I'm very curious because I haven't checked there yet, so that would be very interesting. All right, post retirement travel says long term rental is another option. Yeah, long term rental is only going to be an option if you bought cheap enough. Remember, I mean, it's not going to make much sense if, for instance, I'll use since we have film videos here, and he says 300K or whatever 289K for his 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath. What can you rent a 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath inside Vistacana for? Is it 1,200? Is it 1,500? That's the $1 million question. Because the goal here is to make $30,000 a year. If I need to make $30,000 a year, well, the only reason I use $30,000 a year is because I'm using the rental thing, which means 50%, basically almost a 50% expenses. So we make 150,000. I mean 15,000. So that's 10%. Again, I have a 10% problem. I don't if you can't do 10%, then what are you doing? Like I said, you know what? I wanted to share something with you guys. Um, Hold on just a second. I need this. SBLK. That's a stock symbol. I should have shared this with you guys a long time ago. But the point is, um, if you're going to, if all you care about is 7 or 8%, then why you can get that. Like right now, I should have mentioned this. I've mentioned it before, but not enough. SBLK. It's up to 19.49 and rising. Okay. Last 1 month, 3.67. Last 3 months, 20% increase appreciation in stock price. And at this price point at 19.49, it is 7.53% dividend. What is SBLK? Star Bulk Carriers, global shipping company, which engages in the provision of seaborne transportation solutions in the dry bulk sector. All right. Their stocks or appreciation has, we mentioned this maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, but all the 7 analysts ratings, 86% of them say buy, which has been on the trend the whole time. I mean, I've only mentioned that a few times. There's also, we talked about a long time ago, FRO, but again, they're not as like SBLK. But again, you're looking at certain scenarios, which, I mean, ET, Energy Transfer, they're going to be making bank. So again, if you want 7%, why bother with worrying about rentals? Energy Transfer, we've talked about before as well. Small amount of appreciation, but you're talking about 7.4%. So again, there's so many options if all you care about is 7%. That's why I have a 10% problem. I don't understand why somebody would think, oh, I'll buy this and then I get money, but it's 7%. Inflation is 7%. Inflation is 10%. I look at inflation as 10% because it doesn't matter. It's like that's what it is. All right. Just keep that in mind. So if you want just 10%, like I said, JEPQ is 10 to 11. JEPI is 8.5 to 9.5. I mean, there's not much reason to play around when your down payment money could be in the stock market earning you 10%, let's say, without sweating. You just sit there and say, okay, I'll give you an example. JEPQ just hovers between 53 to 56. I mean, it doesn't, and you're going to get 10 point. Let me go see what it is. Yeah, what's it? It's $55 right now. Oh, that's right. They don't give do they give the dividend number? No, they don't. Um, Still, I think it's $6.25. Maybe, yeah, it's got to be about that. I think it's $6.25 this year. 6.25 divided by 55.69. 55.69. Even today, this is 11.2%. So 52-week low. No, that's today's low. 44.31. 52-week high, 58.54. Today's price is 55.69. So even at that point, it's 11.2% with the JP Morgan fund. Come on. Why are you messing around with? I don't get it. And 7.8, 7.5, 7.9, 8.5, 9.5 compounded, you ultimately end up with a little higher percentage. So, I mean, and you still have appreciation at your back as well. So, that's why I have a problem if you start going out of whack. All right, let me get back. I'm going to end this pretty shortly because the American dream, American empire, America's collapse is imminent. There's reasons. We're turning into a communist country. We're turning into a militarized zone country. We're kidnapping Americans and people legally here and throwing them into another country. I don't know how that works. In jail in another country when you're not even doing illegal stuff here, that's crazy. Just because you yanked me off the street and you go, you're illegal or you did. I'm like, this is no, this is like China and Russia right now. This is insane. That causes problems with your economy. Um, Long-term rentals, though, U.S. government snaps up 10% of Intel for 8.9 billion. Yeah, see, what do you mean, U.S. government? What do what do you mean? What do you mean, U.S. government? See, this is what I'm saying. What we're 35. What are you talking about? I don't know what that means. We're $37 trillion in debt. What do you mean, 8.9 billion? Oh, that's why people don't have Medicaid and Medicare and social services and consumer protection arm of our government to help people. And so, I mean, this is insane. We're 30, well, we're going to be 41 trillion in the next 5 years. Plus, now we're doing this. This is insane, man. That's insane. Long term. Uh Film videos. You're gonna do long term rental at Panorama? Luxury? Are you seriously? How much can you charge for a swim up? Would somebody live there? I mean, I'm sure people will, but it's a one bedroom. Um, how much can you charge? Is the question. It's in a. I mean, I would say it's in a resort atmosphere, but 1,000, 1,200. Eh, eh, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not familiar with long term. So, oh, wait a minute. Real estate agent told me 1,600. But luxury will manage like a condo hotel type of Airbnb with fair price across the board. This is the plan I was told by a local. Forget the local agent, man. Don't listen to these agents, man. I don't know where he got this 1,600 from. That seems like a lot to me for a one bedroom in DR. I mean, I, that seems like a lot. I don't. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And I do not like you're trying to tell me that they're going to have their own management company. I don't like that either. That's not good. Condo hotel, no. Yikes. Okay, long term and condo hotels, mm-mm, no. Again, I'm going to caution everybody. When you do this long term and mix it in with short term rentals, you have long term and generally neighbors. Remember, you're talking about small quarters, and generally the pool areas, the fitness rooms, any of the public areas that those people live there that they might use 3 times a week, 2 times a week, their friends, they come and have barbecue and do this at the pool, stuff like that. That you go on vacation, you don't see. When you have these long term rentals and you have their friends and their home, now you're invading, so to speak, and now that causes an interesting dynamic. I've had properties with it, long term rentals in small complexes, and that's where I had to give up my units because I was just like, that's crazy. Crazy. There was people, the people that lived there on a Saturday, Saturday or Sunday, they have a barbecue and there could be 15 people. They live there, but it's their family of 4 people, and you all it takes is family of 3 or 4 and 4 families. Now you have 12 to 15 people, right? Out there. Music playing, people come up, hey, can you lower the music? Why? We do this every weekend. Everybody's good. Oh, we're visiting. Oh, so sad. Too bad then. I mean, that's what it turned into. I'm not saying this is going to happen everywhere, but there's an interesting dynamic that you have to be careful of depending on what's going on. That's what I always worry about. So again, I always stay with, but people are going to do long term and some are going to do short term, no matter where you go. I mean, just like right now, when we stay at a Coral Village, there's people there that are doing remote. They've been there for 6 months. But again, it's not like family. Vista Cana is going to be, they have 2 bedrooms, they have 3 bedrooms, they have villas, they got penthouse units. So that it could be interesting dynamic, but I don't think there'll be a problem at Panorama Luxury, Panorama Lake, because I I have a hard time believing somebody's going to live there long term. That's my thinking. I'm like, I don't know what you're going to. Unit size dictates that to me. Real estate agent told me 1,600 long term, but luxury will be managed like man. That's bad. Eric, also, how do you justify a price increase when the market is slow and money is not flowing like before? You don't. You can't. That's the point. I don't think you can justify a price increase. But no, they don't justify price increases. What they're going by is, if we're talking about a builder, the reason why they have to is because the the materials, they cost 50% more. From they cost the materials from the time they started selling Panorama Luxury, the materials have cost like 80% more. So 80 to 100% more, and so they have to double. It's double the bill price. Well, let's just say the bill price back then was $900, right, per square meter. Now it's 1,800, right? In all fairness, so they have to charge you 2,000 per square meter, right, or something thereabouts. So that's how they justify it. It's not based on what. There's no justification. They have no choice. That's where the problem comes in. And that's why people don't understand. 3 years from now, 2 years from now, everybody who bought, like I said, before 2020, I'll just use 2023, you're going to be fine because it's the cost of living in the next 3 years is going to increase. And if you can keep your price about what you bought it for and you get delivery 2028, 2029, or 2030, you're going to be loving life. Because all this mayhem will be flushed out. Things will be stable. And whatever stable means, at least people won't have to worry about spending. So then it's the way it's going to be for the economies. And then people who have money are going to come back and do what they do, and they'll afford it. And those that can travel will travel and afford it. And that's all that's going to happen. But adding more fuel to the fire by adding more units in the tens of thousands year over year over year over year for the next 5 years, you're going to have 50 to 60,000 more units over the next 6 years added on the island of Dominican Republic. So the developers are going to be up a creek without a paddle. That's why I'm telling you, down the line, there's going to be deals, because they're going to have to basically sell for below market value of what the people that bought in 2022, 2023, and all that, they're going to have to sell close to that price to get rid of all this leftover inventory. Because there's going to come a time when they have too many units and there's not enough occupancy rate, and nobody can afford a 30% occupancy rate. Uh, so that's where this is going. And if you decide to buy, and that's why I fear at my favorite spot was Larimar, with them changing the way they've done it, and it looks, they can do all the sky stuff they want. Um, they can do all the pictures and promotions they want, but when they officially build it, and now you can't hide on pictures and renderings, then that's going to determine if people are willing to drive out there and go hang at this cool spot, if it looks cool or not. And they have amenities. If they don't have the amenities, it's not going to do anybody any good with what I've seen thus far with pools, calling them a beach club. pools and a snack bar and a restaurant. You don't need to drive 20 miles outside of town or 20 minutes outside from where there are beaches and ocean water. I mean, I don't understand that. You were supposed to be making somewhat man-made beaches there. So that's where the problem comes in. So it's crazy. Brian P. Act. The government gave Chipzilla an additional 3.2 billion under the Secure Enclave program, which is supposed to be used to develop high security chips. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. They're going to start. They're going to start doing. See, this is government interference in the free market, and now there's no free market. That's we're CCP right now. I wish I purchased another unit in Piantini instead. Film videos. You did the good thing. You did the right thing first. Remember what we used to always say here: upscale luxury trumps everything. And the question is Vistacana going to be luxury after all? I think it will be. So you'll be fine. But Piantini was for sure, without a doubt, upscale luxury. And so you're always going to be able to rent an upscale luxury at your decent price. It's not a cheap location. Mr. Law of Compensation, yes, sir. How's everything going? SSN fam, it's going good, man. I'm glad to see you doing some more promotion, TikToking and doing all that, man. So go over there and do your thing. It looks like I'm going to be joining the trading family shortly. All right. So we got 2 more sessions to run, some more information. And don't miss Wednesday night live because if things go well in the next 2 sessions, which is only 5, it's not 10, it's not 15, it's not 20, but time is money. If somebody can make on average $200 to $300 per day by Autobot trading, and yes, you have to do minimal work. You have to actually start the bot, and the time is for the London Stock Exchange. So keep that type of thing in your head. So how far are they ahead? It depends on your Eastern time zone through to Pacific time zones. But in Pacific time zones, I think it's 10 a.m. in the morning. So that means 1 p.m. Eastern, which is okay. And then we're talking about 7:30 a.m. Pacific, which is 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm off? How far off?
Well, if it's California, it's 10 p.m. at night.
That's what I just said.
When it's the Midwest, like we're
No. Forget the Midwest.
Okay, then if Georgia area,
Yeah.
it's
1 a.m.
1 a.m. in the
Yeah,
morning.
that's what I said. 10 p.m. at night, 1 a.m. in the morning for Eastern, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. at night for Pacific, and then in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Pacific,
Just hit and play.
10:30 a.m. So you start it and then you close out. And then you can see the equity, which is the profit during the day. You can stop it at any time. If the profit is something you like, 200 is good for you, then you close it out and you'll get around 200. It could be up plus or minus $20. All right. So on Wednesday, we're going to have the 3 numbers. In case you guys missed it, it was 309 on day 1. It was 1,030 on day 2, session 2. And then last night to tonight, it was $291 profit. So that is on Autobot, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm going to call it, Autobot, just like Transformers. Because we're going to transform your life if this can work just for merely, you know what's amazing? If it works for merely a few months, okay? If you can get numbers such as while you sleep, literally, and you can make a few $1,000s per month, that could change everything. So let me go with the numbers. 309 Wednesday night. That's Thursday, London time. Then it was 1,000, which was shocking. 1,030. That was shocking in itself. $1,000, 1,030 That was shocking. The second day, which was Friday, that was shocking. And then last night till this morning, it was 291. These are all profits. And by the way, that's $16 and 1630 in 3 sessions. But get this. This is crazy, really. And that is using $1,000. That's it. It's not 10,000, 5,000. That's 1,000. So I know the 1,000 seems to be an anomaly, which was on Friday. We know what happened on Friday. It was Jerome Powell stepping to the mic and talking crazy early morning about cutting the federal rate down, possibly. Um, so that was an anomaly. But right now, I see 2 days around 300. One day, this way outside the box, 1,000. That was crazy. So anomalies, we have to temper our expectations. So right now, I'm thinking this is looking more like 300 per day, 5 days a week. If you can do that, that changes people's lives. Just if it was just actually 1,500 a month extra for just doing starting and stopping, that's pretty good. So when I give you these numbers, this is not including the 1,000 still in. So you start with 1,000 and the profit was whatever's above 1,000. So like I said, first night 309, so that meant it said 1,309. Next day it said 2,030. All right? So you take out the 1,030. Today it said 1,291. So it was 291 profit, left 1,000 in so you can trade the next day. So that's how it goes. All right. I'll have a link so you guys can download something on Wednesday, and then we'll talk about it on Friday about going forward. Now, this is not a group thing. This is your own individual thing. We'll have cost. We'll have some other things on Friday, as you got to pay for the bot. And then you're going to need at least 1,000. Well, you can put in whatever you want, but I would suggest 1,000 just to, if you feel good. If you want to do higher risk, put in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or up, fine. But just saying, we're still testing, but I'm going to let you, because this, I feel kind of bad now, right? Because we didn't talk about it last Wednesday. People could have gotten in and gotten this same equivalence roughly of $300 one day, 300 another, and $1,000 day. So now I feel bad. Everybody could have been enjoying similar type of. It's all different depending on when you start and stop. Some people come in later than others, and there's different variables. So, and some people wouldn't have stopped it either when they had the profit, right? Because you can stop it with whatever, and something could change the next 30 minutes or an hour. Some people are like good with 300 a day. Some are good with maybe saying, I'll just stay till it closes, or wait till the end of the day close of the London and then just close it out at that time. Again, it's each his own. They're building a couple of projects at Piantini and Naco, two of the few most exclusive areas in Santo Domingo. Again, I love that film videos, post-retirement travel. You guys know I love that. The only problem is they're, for the most part, long-term rentals. Oh, that's a problem. Not going to happen. All right. Post-retirement travel. Nice. You got my attention now. How much did you put in to start film videos? Yes, I want to know more. Exactly. How much you put in? Bought the bot, put in 1,000, and still every day we took out the profit that I mentioned. So it ends up being 1,630, and the 1,000 is still in the account just so we can trade tomorrow. That's it. So not bad, right? I can only give you that right now. I'm not going to give you the rest until Wednesday. All right. Because I want to still see 2 more days of what's happening. Law, Mr. Law of Compensation. Love you, E. I love you too, man. Keep up your good work. Doing the TikToks, everything we talked about. You the man. All right. I'm glad to see you're expanding your horizons finally. That's right. Buffed up. Already had that in the mind. So now I'm glad to see, man, you out here trying to help people too, man. Let's go. All right. They're building a couple of projects. Exactly. Nice. You got attention now. How much? Yeah, post retirement travel. I knew you would like this one. I knew you liked this one. This was the Autobot. You'll know more. Come back Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. and we'll discuss. Because then I might even have something on screen showing you guys a little something, something too. All right. Yes, I want to know more. Do you have? Oh, something's here. I can't see. Do you have over the stocks? The bot does options on. Oh, you have choices. You can do currency, but we're doing the XAU USD London Stock Exchange. That's what we're doing. I don't know, I don't do in option trading. There's other pairs that's in there. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Let me go check something out. I took a picture of the screen. So, let me go look. Let me see. Oh no, I can't see the pairs. Yeah. Anyhow, there was currency pairs like euro versus USD. There's gold USD. There's like six BTC. I think's on there too. I mean, you could probably enter it. The bot a lot. I'm pretty sure it's a. I don't know about bots at all, right? So I haven't messed with the software yet, which is why I want to wait till Wednesday too, so I can mess with the software a little bit tomorrow. So then I'll get up to speed to see what all our options are. But yeah, you can do other currencies. Gold. So I don't know. There's only six on there. Probably you can upload into others. So again, it's gonna be fine. But we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Don't get ahead yet. But yeah, do you have oh, it must be control. The CON is blocked on the right hand side. So there we go. Do you have control over the stocks? The bot does options on. No, okay, it's not stocks related. I mean, I'll find out if you can load up stocks, but this is for gold USD. And it's also you can do I saw the euro USD and there was some there was like six. I didn't pay attention because since it's doing the gold, I figured, hey, I don't see why anybody's going to mind doing what's happening so far. I'm like shocked, quite frankly, shocking, real shocked. So we'll see, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, XAU USD exactly, Mister Law of Compensation. That's it. And then there was others too. Like I said, I don't have it in front of me, so. Um, hey, honey, you got your computer up? Honey, do you have your computer up? Do you have the bot showing it all? Yeah, pop it up because I wanted to see what the pairs were. I wanted to see what the trading pairs were. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Law Compensation. Yep, that was one of them. GDP USD, also Euro USD. There was only like five or six, is all I remember. But I think you can add in something. You can probably add in whatever pairs you want. I would think. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Mr. Okay. I saw post retirement travel. That's Forex. Is that what you're doing? Hey man, if that's what you want to huh? The six trading pairs at the top. It's near the top and it shows a column and it's the second column over, I think, and it says you'll see a euro slash what is it? CHX? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. USD slash. Yeah, just bring it here. How did you find out about? Okay, post retirement travel. Again, remember, I don't do option trading. Again, I thought it was 24-hour market, and now I'm finding out that there's people doing trades, but not during market time. So I don't know how it all works. All right, hold on. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it. USD CHF. Just what post retirement travel you said. GBP USD, Euro USD, USD JPY, AUD USD, Euro. Oh, wait, there's more than six.
Honey, there's the whole list.
Oh my God, there's a whole list up here. Oh my, this changes the whole
There's
game.
90 or something.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all here. All the currency
Yep.
pairs are here. NZD for New Zealand, it's all there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. See, I knew you guys would know something about it. Do you have control over the stocks the bot does options on? Yes, you do. You can choose. Um Yes, GDP
Do you want
USD's
to
on
show
there.
them the screen?
No.
Okay.
NZD.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's an NAS. There's no NAS. There's no U30. But as you know, I'm thinking it's a software product. So I'm pretty sure you can probably add whatever pairs you want. So again, I'm not very familiar with it, but again, you guys know I've never been that. So when they said there's a bot and they said all you have to do is cut it on with this pair between this time, I'm like, oh my God, I can actually do option trading without doing option trading. Beautiful for me. Because I guarantee you, there's no way I'm sitting in front of a computer doing option trading all day or for 2 hours or 4 hours or whatever. So if I can get this type of thing going, it's all good.
Buys and sells within a minute.
Yeah. It has all they know how, the guys that know how the Forex, they know. Because you can change the time. You can do 0.05, 0.1. You can change 1 hour, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do for trading. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting. We'll talk about it on Wednesday because I got a lot to do. Yeah, U30 USD. I don't know. I didn't see that on the short list, but U30. I didn't see a U30. But again, I'm pretty sure you can add it in. But we're talking about a bot. So again, it may be different than wherever you guys do your trading at. So I'm doing while I sleep trading. 1 a.m. though, I wish I could. It was a timer. Apparently, there's no timer that can start for me. I wish it was. If I'm on the East Coast, that's 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay, all right, but still.
Well, turn it on at 12 o'clock and go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. Started early. Started early. Okay. Actually, you can start it early, which I forgot to tell. Yes, law of compensation, GPP, JPY, USD, JPY. But again, it was Euro. There was several. It was New Zealand. It's Australia because I saw AU. I think it was AUD. BTC, USD, yes, but no U30, no NAS. In I think it was NZD. I think that was it. But yeah, not the U30 and not the NAS. Yeah. So hopefully we'll talk about this on Wednesday night. So don't miss it at 8:50 p.m. So I'm gonna run because we've been on here for over 2 hours and 52 minutes. And it's exciting. We'll talk about that on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. And I'll have some download. I'll have some stuff ready to go. All right. So, and then I'll give you prices. Come on. Let's get real. If this ends up being where there's an average of, I like being worst case. If this thing ends up where all of a sudden it lines up where we did 291 today, tomorrow it's 350, and the next day it's 250, and the next day it's 275, and if I say okay, 200 for 5 days, 1,000 a week, 4Gs a month for automation, I like that a lot. So we'll see how this all plays out. But again, I'm only on day 3. So all you who don't understand the numbers, it was 309 the first day, which was Wednesday night, which is Thursday morning in London. Then Thursday night, so Wednesday night was Thursday for London, so that was 309 profit. Thursday night, which was Friday stock exchange in London, was 1,030, an outlier. Then Sunday night, which was last night, and today, $291. So I'm so far, again, everybody would be happy with $1,630 in 3 days. But again, the 1,000 seed is an outlier since we have 2 days around 300, one day 1,000. So we're going to find out 2 more days, which will be tonight and Tuesday night. So Wednesday, I'll have some info. And then, of course, what time is it right now? It's 9 o'clock, so it would not start. So yeah, I'm not going to be on 3 hours on that day. But XAUEU, yes, that's there too. Mr. Law of Compensation. I like the law of compensation. Now we talking. Go do it, man. All right. So anyhow, I'm gonna end this for tonight. But again, you guys, just remember one thing: protect yourself, and you have to. It's almost like a gold rush right now. You have to make hay because the stock market's going to be your friend. Gold, silver, maybe, but you should have a little bit of that. You should have some Bitcoin. It dropped to 109. You can't sit idly by it. That it could go to 100. And if it goes to 100, you better start buying some more because that would be 20. That'd be, is that a 25% drop? That gets in range. And we're only, if it goes to 95, you have to consider big time. Because when they drop the hammer in September, Bitcoin and everything else is going to rise. And it's not going to be 125 or 126 all time highs at this point. And it's not going to be ETH at 5 grand all time high either. It's both going to be higher. It's going to all rise. So just think about all that. Put yourself in position. Get ready to have disposable income. Well, if I have disposable income from this, like, come on. You have ways to potentially do something now. We're going to have to do investments with everything, right? You can't get free money. You have to invest, unfortunately. But that's just the way it goes. In this case, we'll talk numbers on Wednesday night. And maybe I'll even have a special guest on too. How about that? We'll see how it goes. That knows more than me. All right. We'll see. All right. So don't miss Wednesday night. It's going to be very special. Again, I want to see what's going to happen in the next 2 days to see if I'm still considering happy about it. Like I said, I have to be happy if it's just unfortunate outlier. I wish it was just 300 across, but I'd be happy with 900 for 3 days of free money. Come on, let's get real. And a few minutes of your time to hit buttons and say close out and start button and go, and then go to bed and wake up. And some people stay awake though to monitor it because it could fluctuate, right? You could have a profit like, okay, this morning 291 is the profit, but at some point it could have been 400 because you can see the equity that you have. And so you could have closed out at 400 and made 400 instead of end at 291 because you go to bed. I mean, there's all kind of things, right, with this trading that I'm finding out about that. But hey, for me, if you can go to bed and wake up and it's a 200 or 300 win, I'll take that every day for pushing some buttons twice a day. That's crazy. And if that can be 800 a week, come on, that's 3 G's a month. Let's get real. Now you can start using that money to buy more assets, right? Just saying. And getting that 775 credit score as well and up. Okay, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on Wednesday at 8:50 p.m. Sorry about I don't know how the mic got turned off because I started with the mic on, but thank you so much for staying here and staying with me. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday at 8:50 p.m. And we're going to talk about the last two live trading on the bot program. And then you'll be able to sign up on that night. I'm going to have a special guest on that night. All right. So I'm just going to make it up right now. I'm going to have a couple, I hope, that actually have to do with the bot who actually is here. That would be the best thing, right? I think so. That would probably be the best thing. Some people that have used the bot already longer than I have, and we have, and so therefore, and quite frankly, we have one bot. So Wednesday night will determine. I'm gonna give you my assessment, and what's my assessment's gonna be. We already have one bot is licensed for. You're only licensed for the one computer, right? So that means if everything goes well, when next week comes, we will be rolling with two bots running at the same time. So now, if everything goes according to plan, if we were running two, then if it was all equal, because it's not going to be all equal. If you started at a different time, that means you might have missed in some trades, right? So if everything was equal, then we would have been double the amount, right? 3Gs over 3 days, which now you start getting starts kind of cool at that point, because now you start, that's crazy. But if we do a simple matter of, I wouldn't care if it was 1,500, right? For the week for 5 days, which would be 300. If we did that twice, that's 3Gs a week. Now you start getting into 10Gs a month. Now you start being able to be like, okay, disposable 10Gs a month. Now you can build up a whole bunch of wealth in a short matter of time. So there we go. That's what I want for you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. And I love you guys very much. Thank you so much after all these years for still being here. And I love you guys again. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, ladies and gentlemen, but make sure you stay on point. Make sure the main thing is the main thing. Take care of yourself and figure out how you're going to make these extra streams of revenue. Whether you deal with this option trading or not, you're still going to have to make extra revenue. Energy bills are going up. The way our government is proceeding along with selling our resources to other countries, and now some of those resources are going to cost us more money. Um, so your electric bills going up, your insurance bills are going up, the food bills are going up. There is nothing that's coming down. Let's just put it that way. Everything's going up. And when they release that credit scenario, home prices are going to go up because they're going to do 40-year loans. Car prices are going to go up because they're going to do 10 and 12-year car notes. And everybody's going to go, well, it's only $500 a month, but I got to pay for 10 years. I mean, this is what people are going to rationalize instead of going, stop buying liabilities. All right. You can buy liabilities when you have passive income coming in. Until then, don't buy liabilities. All right. It's that simple. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, and you're lucky enough to watch this video, buy assets first. Assets pay you. It does you no good to go out and buy a $500,000, $600,000 house. That's a liability. If you can buy that and put down 20%, you should buy commercial property or commercial business that you know makes money straight off the bat. That's a profit. You save that profit, you make that money, and you use that money to go then buy the home. So you use that business to pay for where you live. It's simple when you think about it, but most people are too young starting out, don't have the incomes. So just take your time, ladies and gentlemen. The age of buying a home, which is a liability, has increased. It's over 32, 33 years old now. It used to be in your 20s, but the cost of living is outrageous. All right. I just went to my favorite spot, not mine. The wife's favorite spot was Minchie's ice cream. It's a chain. It's yogurt. It's expensive in my eyes because you can put whatever you want on there, different yogurt stuff. Like they had this sorbet called Razzle Dazzle. It tasted wild. It was awesome. Then they had this coffee mocha yogurt stuff. I mean, it's off the charts. Pineapple. I mean, there's so many different varieties. But the thing is, you put the cups down, and those things may be $5 or $6 each, and it's not even a pint, right? It's not a pint, but things are getting expensive. So when you have passive income, then you can pay for things that you normally may not be paying for. All right, it's that simple. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Law of compensation. those are the pairs. Some of those are the pairs, man. Glad to see you again. Everybody go over. Post Retirement Travel has his own YouTube channel, Mr. Worldwide. That's him. He's going out there. He posts things up on Instagram and YouTube. And Law of Compensation, otherwise known as Mr. Compensation. Find him on TikTok and YouTube, has his own channel. I've been waiting for you, Law of Compensation, for you coming out with this information. I've been waiting. You've always teased, man. I've been waiting for you to actually show this stuff, but it's okay. We're going to be on here Wednesday night, and hopefully I'm going to have some people on that can explain even further that's been doing this for a little while. How about that? All right. Okay. Well, we're going to check out now and make sure no matter what, stay calm. There's a lot of people under stress and duress. Just stay calm. Don't get into any altercations. That's the best thing that you can do. All right. And just keep the other thing in mind. No matter what, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.